interesting to see what China can offer with the valuations slightly softer. But we find that within the mainland Chinese space, stock picking at reasonable prices remains a difficult call to make. There are a lot of stretched balance sheets in mainland China, and there are a lot of areas or sectors where there's overcapacity and very soft demand. Interestingly, what we have added recently has been in ITC, a cigarette and a food and consumer staples group in India. And although ITC is trading at multiples in excess of 20 times forward PE, they provide a basket of business activities that are very strongly positioned in India. Very strong cash flows, very professional management teams, and we like their prospects over the next 5-8 years. The underlying economies all are not overly leveraged. The underlying companies that we owned have healthy balance sheets. We see companies that produce very strong cash flows, very strong businesses, and they have been able to mark themselves out from their competition. And those are the companies that we have loaded up in the Dragon Trust. Chinese, Taiwanese, Chinese-Japanese relationships remain strained, so that's something to look out for. The other country that we would watch very closely is Thailand, where it remains under martial law, and we expect to see a peaceful resolution within the next 18 months or so. But it's very, very difficult to call how politics will develop, especially in the Kingdom of Thailand. So those are areas that we would watch. I think Asia remains a very attractive place to invest in the long term. The underlying growth will far surpass the cyclical volatility that will come to play periodically in the region. And the strength of that comes from the high levels of savings, high levels of education, and the relatively low base of wealth across the region. The governments are aware of the reforms that they need to make, and most are trying their hardest to reform in a constructive way that will open up the markets for both the benefits of their citizens as well as for investors.